Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And today I want to bring you something a little different. This is pure gameplay, 5 World Boss Ultimate clears with 5 different Infinity War themed teams. So we're going to be diving in with Black Widow, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and Winter Soldier on different squads. So you can see my gameplay from different difficulty levels, from different angles, how I kind of treat the boss differently, more aggressively, more passively, more kiting, less kiting, that kind of thing. And I also want to give you a slightly renewed opinion on a couple of these uniforms, particularly in the first 2 clears with Black Widow and Iron Man. I grew a new appreciation for some of the mechanics and some of the skills that I may have previously kind of hated on, just after having played them in a more skill testing arena like this World Boss Ultimate, especially at these stages. Particularly with Black Widow, the difficulty comes from the fact that some of her skills don't deal very much damage at all. Most of her damage comes from her 4th skill, as you'll see when I hit it, and then when Proxima loses a bunch of health. That's kind of, oh dear, that's kind of where all the damage is going to come from in this clear. The 5th skill sadly doesn't do nearly enough damage as I would like it to, based on what it's normally expected to do. The other kind of annoying thing is that Black Widow can't really outrun the her 2nd skill does a lot too, but Black Widow can't really outrun the purple spears when they get dropped down. So you do sometimes need to switch. We're actually doing a lot of damage right now, which is beautiful. But if I get lucky with the dodges, and if I don't get unlucky with the purple spears, this is a pretty clean fight. You also have to worry about the stuns from the tornadoes. Those spears will kill me pretty much instantly. I can, however, do the 2nd skill pretty safely from there. I'm not actually 100% sure. I didn't do the math, or I didn't test it quite thoroughly myself. How long you have to hold her 4th skill. I'm talking about Black Widow here. Her new 4th skill, in order to get the optimal damage, or all of the damage out of it. I don't know if it's the whole skill that you have to hold, or just right at the beginning, or somewhere in the middle. But if someone with more practice with Natasha has that information, I would like to know, because her kit is pretty interesting. I imagine that she'd be very good. We're very close, but I don't want to risk it, so we're going to run here. But the strikers, I just noticed the strikers are doing a lot of damage. We're going to loop around here to get these heals. I think we can finish her off here. Just a couple of 4 and a couple of 2s. No, give me a 3 and we're done. Very nice. With about 3 minutes left, I'm definitely sure that Natasha can do a higher stage. No doubt about it. What do we get? Ooh, 20 Cosmic Cube Fragments. How about that? Definitely sure that she could do a higher stage, especially with the Mythic uniform, with a 6-star obelisk. I'm not going to 4-star obelisk, and higher Uru. I only slapped on some 3-star and 4-star Uru that I had lying around. I didn't have a huge amount of resources to invest in her besides the gold. I do actually have a lot of resources, but I am saving them for more prioritized characters. But anyways, it's a pretty fun clear, and she's a pretty fun character to play as. For Iron Man for stage 15, I definitely think he can do higher with the right build. The main issue for him, and why I bring Wasp, is that if he gets stunned, he basically can die. And it's really lame to get really close with Iron Man, and then one of those tornadoes comes and clips you and kills you. If you have more Valor than required, I believe you don't tend to see as many of the tornadoes. It's weird because sometimes I don't see many of the time freeze circles from Doctor Strange. Sometimes I don't see many of the kind of poison clouds, and then sometimes I don't see many of the tornadoes. But the tornadoes are by far the ones that I hate the most. They disrupt my play the most, and they just make me die, and I don't like that. But the thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and actually one of the things that I really wanted to touch on the most from these 5 clears, is actually Iron Man's 4th skill. I really made fun of the skill. I mean, I do think it looks super goofy, and there's the downside of not having Wasp. That happens 24/7 if you don't have her. I made fun of the skill like as much as anyone else did. I thought it was garbage. I thought it looked goofy. I thought it sucked in terms of usage, but no, it's all physical damage, so it's kind of like Apocalypse's 4th skill. Look at that damage. It's almost a full bar. Granted, he's got, I believe, a 160 proc, But still, Iron Man, really, bro? Busting out. I mean, the damage against Proxima is actually better, believe it or not, with his 4th skill on the damage proc, like hitting the damage proc, than his 5th skill. Look at this. This is the 5th skill. Okay, it also missed the proc. But I tested it quite a few times, hitting the 4th skill with the proc and hitting the 5th skill with the proc. And the 4th skill was by far the moneymaker, at least for my build, for my character. And I have a pretty equal balance of energy and physical attack. Not that it would matter, because he's still getting the boost from... Oh dear, purple. He's still getting the boost from energy attack for his final damage numbers. But it's really impressive to see that 4th skill just tearing Proxima a new one when you get it to land on the damage proc, which I'm having a hard time doing now. Additionally, the thing that I really find very entertaining about using Iron Man for this clear is how easily he kites. And it makes dodging any of the purple spears or the red spears that Proxima kind of throws your way easy. As long as you don't get caught by an initial attack. There we go. There's the 4th skill, just shredding for almost a full bar. As long as you don't get caught by the initial spear. Look at this. There's no way these spears are catching me. And you compare that just moments ago to Natasha, and I can dodge this all day. I just locked my controller and joystick for a second. But yeah, I could do this all day. Like, oh dear. Took a lot of damage there. Don't want to die, so yeah. And we might actually die because I'm standing in a bunch of... Okay, we gotta focus here. I don't know how I took so much. No, and he's dead. Well, usually I can get this done with Iron Man, but we got a little bit too ahead of ourselves there at the end and took too much damage all of a sudden. There's no way Ironheart can clear this. Actually, you know what? Let's just see what our 4th skill damage looks like, because it is physical attack as well, and that's pretty good. Hey, how's the 5th skill? Basically non-existent. Okay, that's great. Let's try the 4th skill again. She also has a damage proc. It's not bad. It's definitely nowhere near her, you know, mentor, Tony. The 5th skill's a little bit better. But yeah. She spins out of the way of the purples. Okay, wow, Ironheart. I didn't expect that at all for stage 15, girl. 5th skill does a little bit more damage than I expected. Move, girl, move, girl. 5th skill does a little bit more I expected 0 damage from the 5th skill for Ironheart. This is just news to me all around. Both of the Iron Men. Gotta move here. But she also totally outruns. Boom, got it. Totally outruns those spears, whether they're purple or red. So that's pretty awesome. That's 2 clears done. We got 3 more to go. Good job, taking a page out of Tony's book there. But yeah, it's really fun clear. I would recommend you trying out Iron Man for World Boss Ultimate, as long as Marvel Future Fight does seem to crash a little bit more or freeze up a little bit more after this latest update. But it's all the awesome in the update. We're gonna jump up to stage 20 now. I usually like to do stage 20 and above, so I usually incorporate characters like Quicksilver, Apocalypse, and other kind of heavy-hitting physical characters to get these clears done. We're gonna do Spider-Man here. This is probably the last super challenging stage besides Captain America, but with Shuri's help, I think we can get this done. We just need to not get hit, and that can be a challenge at times. But the real challenge here for Spidey is the fact that I don't have a damage proc. So the damage, while consistent, is not going to spike as much as you have come to expect from some of these other characters with their damage procs. So it's just going to be a pass over to, or a pass over of the buff from Beast, and then we're just going to go for as long as we can with Spider-Man. We may need to switch, but hopefully the heals from Anti-Venom will keep us alive for the whole fight. I don't want to die. I already died with Tony. That was an accident. Shuri can kind of pick it up. She does have pretty good damage. So if I die with Spider-Man with a couple of bars left, I should be okay. But I prefer to get it done with one character. I think going into the stage, you want to be able to clear it. Even without switching, I think that's the most satisfying feeling, is to just completely solo the boss with the character of choice. And maybe turning off all the graphics. Putting it on low graphics would help in this situation. Is that the spear? Nope, still no purple spears. That's the lonely purple spear. Still no, there's the slam. There's the, no, still no slam, eh? She really doesn't want to do it. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? There, she's gonna do it. She did it, she did it, she did it. Spider-Man also has a bit of a hard time outrunning these, don't you dare. Outrunning those purple spears. It's weird. The base speed of some characters is really low, and then the base speed of other characters is really high for some just bizarre reason. Certain characters run so fast, and you're just like, why are you running so fast? Do you have a meeting to go to? No, but seriously, I don't think those things in my sleep or in my private moments. But I do wonder why certain characters have such high base, like Apocalypse. I understand he's the first mutant, but his base speed is insane. He's walking a marathon. You know those guys, like in Malcolm in the Middle's dad in Malcolm in the Middle. He trains to be one of those walkathon champions where they walk faster than anyone else. Really interesting stuff. But Spider-Man's, I think the iron legs, web things, the iron spider arms. I think those weigh him down a little bit. I think that's what's going on here. And that's why his base, but that doesn't make sense because all his other uniforms are the same. But yeah, with Spider-Man, you're just slowly kind of grinding them down. If I had a damage proc, obviously this would go a lot faster. I've been lucky that I haven't gotten hit, but of course now's my time to jinx it and get hit a bunch of times. So we're gonna double back and hopefully pick up. No, please stop it. No. Yeah. So hopefully this doesn't get worse. Hopefully we can end this here. A couple more rotations. It's just about being consistent with Spider-Man and just slow and steady wins the race. Just let's call him steady, not slow. It's just steady. Let's call him steady. Those spears insta-killed you in the last stages, though, but when she summons a bunch. No. That too. Just the worst. Okay, did it again. Killed Tony, killed his protege as well. Okay. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Yeah. Okay, sorry, Tom Holland. Yeah, so that was Spider-Man Stage 20. A bit of a grind fest, but definitely doable. And again, definitely doable at higher stages. Nice. Raid level 68. Another 17 Cosmic Cube fragments. Definitely doable. I think you could probably do 25 or 26. If you give him a damage proc, you can push it. The next couple clears are a little bit easier. Winter Soldier is not terribly difficult at stage 20. It's just about keeping him alive because he does all the damage here. We're going to pair him up with Groot for just some heals. I may have to switch a couple times because Winter Soldier does have a gap where he's vulnerable. And then I'm going to put him with Falcon so he gets some attack speed, crit damage boost because it does help him rotate through his skills. But Winter Soldier definitely has a gap if you're following the DPS rotation, which is 3 cancel 5 4 1. You have a gap of a couple seconds where you're running around with no immunity, waiting for your third skill to come back. So in that situation, I may need to switch, although I don't enjoy switching, to Groot in order to ensure that my robotic friend survives. It's actually closer to 3 seconds, and this is a great start. Getting frozen. There's no Hydra this time, at least. Get those heals. Get those heals. Yeah. Get those heals. Back at it. There we go. Damage proc. Nice. Okay, so we're doing really great for time. I definitely think Winter Soldier can do a higher stage, but again, it comes down to switch. It comes down to the amount of basically patience you have, because you basically get one-shotted past the 20s with almost any character. And in the case of Winter Soldier, because he has this massive gap in his skills, unless you do a rotation that deals less damage overall and slows down your clear speed, or unless you take a lot of really powerful characters. Like, I'm sure I could do this a lot faster if I brought Shuri and Coulson along for Winter Soldier, but because I'm trying to spread out the love in terms of who gets what buffs, give a little bit to Spider-Man, give a little bit to Black Widow, give a little bit to Captain America, as you're going to see in a second. I have to kind of make do with a slightly lower stage, but this is actually pretty easy, even for Winter Soldier's, even in Winter Soldier's case. Now, if you're having trouble still dodging the purple circles, the purple spears, I find double switching once and switching again is really, really super helpful. We got shards again. Wow. I'm up to almost 50 shards on the day. I know a lot of you are going to hate me, but I'm not getting any books, so please don't hate me. We're going to do one more clear now. We're going to punish ourselves. The last stage, stage 29, tier 3 cap. This is all about timing, precision, and just a pinch, just a dash of patience. I do enough damage for sure, but it's just hitting that tier 3 skill at the right time to take enough damage, to accumulate enough additional buffs, because the accumulated damage from oncoming damage, like oncoming attacks while he's charging up, is so crucial to getting a maximum hit. If I'm taking off more than 1 bar, if I'm taking off more than 2 bars, I've done my job properly. But this is going to take close to 5 minutes, and this is going to really test. It's kind of hard for Captain America to die on this stage. It's definitely possible, but more than dying, more than any other, here we go. It's just about the timing. So the proc's down, the proc activates, we take some damage, we release, we dropped about, ooh, nice. We dropped about 2 full bars. That's exactly what I want to see. If I can do that, over and over, this is actually not going to take more than 3 minutes. But I rarely get every single proc landing perfectly, because I'm not only timing my attacks with the damage proc. Oh, I got my damage proc. With my damage proc, which is still not active. It's not going to activate. I have to wait for her to get closer. I also have to activate things in relation to my skills, because I'm building it up from... Oh, dear. This is bad. Okay. This is bad. Yeah, I took a lot of damage from those tornadoes. I was trying to avoid them, but I didn't position myself properly. That's going to be the purple. No, it's not. Really? Okay, this is a really risky move here. We might actually just straight up die. Oh, nice. We didn't die. We did a lot of damage. The damage is really nice. The survivability, not so much. We need these... No. You really... Purple when I need the heals. Really? Really? You're not nice. That's not nice at all. Not cool. Heal. I mean, immunity? Immunity? Bro, immunity? Okay, got my health back. Okay, here we go. We're doing really well, actually, for time. And we've been able to rack up a few procs now. A few nice procs. Look at that. That was beautiful. If you can time them so well, it's just so satisfying to watch her completely melt apart. But with these tornadoes, with the lag, there's quite a bit of lag, actually. Can be quite challenging to make it happen with no errors. I need these heals again. But anti-venom, #1 striker. I'm telling you. If you guys don't have the anti-venom yet, if you haven't subscribed to the anti-man, you've gotta get it. So that one was a little bit weird. The purple's coming back again. We're gonna loop back because we want those heals. Only got 1, which is kind of sad, but it's better than none. We have a lot of HP. Not a lot of HP. We have some. I would like more. I'm always looking for more HP, let's be honest. I have a little bit of a sniffle, so apologies if you're catching some of that. But we can do this. We got this. Here we go. This is going to be a really good rock. You guys ready for this? She's going to jump forward, and then eat this. Okay, that was terrible. That was horrible. That was half a bar? Really? Okay. Sure. That's like when someone gives you a protein bar and you can't say no and you have to eat it, so you just take one big bite and then you say, oh wow, it's really good, and you spend the next 45 minutes chewing on the protein bar that you never actually wanted. There we go. Oh my gosh. All right, we are in the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. We got tons of time. We don't actually even need our tier 3 skill. We might need something here because I might die. Nope. Out of the fog comes Captain America running top speed. He runs at Mach speed. Barry Allen couldn't keep up with Captain America. And we're done. 6th skill, just to rub it in her face. Charge him up. Let it rip. And that is 5 clears. Super fun, a little bit of challenge, stage 29. I can't wait to see how far I can push Captain America. No books, but we got a lot of Cosmic Cube fragments, and we got almost 2 full levels of Raid. So let me know what you guys think of the 5 World Boss Ultimate clears. How's that for more gameplay, Cynicalex? Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. Hit the bell if you don't want to miss any of my content. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.